All right, let's explore the forum area. So when you click on the community area or the community on the menu bar, whether it's in the forum area or on the main site, it will take you to the same place, which is the forums. This is where a lot of the conversation happens. So as you can see, we've got our recent discussions up here at the top. On the right-hand side is our upcoming events. This pertains to the calendar, and so it shows the next, I believe, 10 days. So right now it's not currently showing anything. August is a little bit slow for us, but we've got a lot of activity coming up in September. We'll go over the calendar in another video, but just so you know. The announcements are on the right-hand side. So if there's something new, this will be going into the announcements area. Typically, I post those, or an IAQ moderator, community leader will post in the announcements, and it will show up here. So this will show you the most recent discussions. This means that this is getting the most activity currently. So you know that when you pop into one of these conversations, you can see something pretty current. So I've got this post right here, what you're working on. So this was the original post up at the top, and what was said, as well as some comments from other members, what they're working on, pictures, some images, and a lot of sharing going on. Now, if I read Vicky's comment and I wanted to reply to her, I am going to simply push this quote. Now it pops in a little bit of information from what she said so I can answer her questions. So if I don't want to, I simply hit the backspace button on my keyboard or arrow back to remove it. So if I scroll up and I see, oh my gosh, I love these pictures, Laura. So I want to quote her. So I simply hit the quote button. It pulls in a little bit from her comment, and then I can reply to it. This is great. If somebody asks a very specific question, you can reply directly to that question using that quote button. If I'm not replying to anybody and I simply want to make a comment in here, again, I can bold, italicize, underline, I can link. I've got all of these settings right here. I can change the color of my text if I want, as well as the size. If I choose, I can also add a file. So I asked, what are you working on? So maybe I don't have any recent ones that I can share. So maybe I want to share that I am working on this right now. And so this will upload to my comment just as you saw previously. If it's the wrong image, again, I can remove this attachment. So I can go ahead and make an update here. If you want, you can follow this topic. So you can unclick this and you won't get any notifications. But if you do follow this, if anybody comments on this thread, we'll call it a thread. If anybody comments on this thread or replies to you, you will get a notification for that. After you've filled it out, you simply hit submit reply, and you are done. Then it will just populate and show up. At the bottom, you can hit next unread topic. So if there's something in here that you haven't read, you can go ahead and kind of browse through using that button at the bottom of the screen. So it's kind of a quick way to look through things. This is our email links. Again, if I kind of get lost a little bit, I can click on this community button. It goes back to the main page here. The community is broken up into different topics. We've got our community area where introductions, any kind of quilty topics, if you want to sew with anybody else in the sewing room, which is always open, share your wins or what you're super proud of. Also, there's an area for non-quilt chatter. So if you've got something that's happening, we've had a lot of members move this summer, and so we've had a lot of chit chat about moving, which isn't necessarily about quilting, but it's just something that we might have in common with others, so we can go ahead and add it into the non-quilt chat. any of the activity that's happening on the IAQ site is going to be in here. So we've got our block of the months. We have, and these are broken down by year. We have our journal, if you are working on your journal, the patchwork planner, as well as our quilting bees, our technique focus classes, quilt ruler quarterly, and OPC, charity swaps, and guest interviews and chats. So sometimes we do have guest interviews and chats, which are a lot of fun. We hold them in the Zoom, so you are able to see everybody's smiling face as well as our guest. Ask questions and get to know them better. So watch the calendar for those. Those are a lot of fun. But this is where we talk about, any of these topics. If you have a question, you just pop them in right here. As far as that last category, which is the housekeeping, this is where I show, we share the news, any announcements, any of the meetup recordings, and support and help. So I'll show you with the meetup recordings. Our last meetup was August 10th at 1 p.m. So if you click on here, you can watch any of the videos from our previous meetings. So on July 16th, we had a 10 a.m. chat, and that was a lot of fun. So any of those meetings, you can look back and watch and participate in any of those. We've got our 7 p.m. show and tells from all the months in here as well. So if any time we have a meetup and it's recorded, it will be popped into this area, which is a lot of fun. So no matter your schedule or time, you can pop in and catch up if you'd like. And then we do have an area for showing off birthdays. If you shared that, we don't need your year, but your date is a lot of fun. And then a quick look at our galleries and what people have been sharing most recently. So that is a quick overview of the community. Again, we showed you how to do your introductions. So everything is very similar to that as far as how you reply, add comments, put your pictures in if you want, and quote others to reply. So that is a quick overview. If you have any questions, you can simply drop it into the community, and somebody is always there to help. If you really get lost, you can check our help and support at the bottom, or if you have a question as to where to find something, or some link is not working any longer, drop it in here so we can dive into the issues and figure out what's going on. So I hope to get to know you better in the forum area, as well as you get to know the other members that are in the IAQ.